Please welcome speaker number 7, Elena Palacios.
Hi everyone, my name is Elena Palacios. I'm a junior at Big Bear High School, and I'm here to talk about a topic that has been increasing in the United States. So, women's rights have progressed since America has planted freedom in their roots until modern civilization. But we can't say that women have broke the glass ceiling, or even in a country of freedom, have equal rights under the Constitution. Even Scalia, our last Supreme Court justice, stated that women have no protection against discrimination in the Constitution. So why in a country that gives you so many rights and allows you to do so many things does not protect discrimination against sexes? This is because our Constitution is missing an essential part, and that is the Equal Rights Amendment. The Equal Rights Amendment was first proposed in 1923 by Alice Paul. The amendment did not pass, but has been proposed every year since then. And in 1982 was almost passed, but was short 3 state votes for ratification. This amendment has essential parts that we could add to our Constitution. One being, equality of rights shall not be denied or abridged. Even though this amendment was proposed in a time era that women had barely any rights, this amendment is still needed today because it would not protect us like any other amendment. It would be used for equal justice under the law. This would mean that higher scrutiny would be used in the court. This means that it would be a law that would be more justified. In a time where women were left at home to work during World War I and World War II, they took over the jobs of many men. When men came back, they were once again discriminated and put into a lower class like they were before. Women have begun fighting since the 1920s for their rights. Until this day, we have not had an Equal Rights Amendment. After the Civil War, the 14th Amendment was passed, the 14th Amendment was passed, and it had a short passage on equal rights protections. But it did not specifically say anything about women. The 14th Amendment was not used until 1971 in the Reed versus Reed court case for sex discrimination. So it would not really apply to any sex discrimination court cases today. Many women are unequally unpaid, and the Equal Right Amendment would help for this as well. For example, many of you may have watched the last FIFA World Cup. The women took the win for the United States the last FIFA World Cup, and they were paid $2 million. The men's team, however, didn't even get close to winning, and they won $36 million. Yeah, that's a huge difference. And they didn't even get a little bit close to winning. And so that was a disappointment. But anyways, the big pay gap, you can see, was really a way to show discrimination. The FIFA may have argued that men's series are more popular than women's, or that men's TV shows are played more often. But how can a woman that does the same job and even better than a man get paid less for doing the same job? Isn't a job based on the way you perform and not the way you're seen? So, I think that the Equal Rights Amendment would help many other people, not only women, because men are also discriminated as well. And you can see that women get paid more in some jobs than men. It's not always that women get paid more. And the Equal Rights Amendment would equal it out for men and women. It is true that the Equal Rights Amendment was proposed in a time that women had no rights, but today times have changed, and I think that we can still use it. So ways that we can help adopt the Equal Rights Amendment into the Constitution today is by spreading awareness about it. luckily organizations like the AAUW have done this, and more ways that we can do this is by including links online, because when I did research for this essay, many online ads popped up, and I think that this would be a wonderful way to spread the knowledge of the Equal Rights Amendment. Also, organizations that do speech competitions like this also spread the knowledge of the Equal Rights Amendment. And hopefully one day in our future, my children and hopefully my grandchildren will have the same rights as a man will be able to have the same job a man will be able to not be discriminated, and hopefully women get equal rights. Thank you for your time.